morning, everybody, and welcome to AAI Tuesday's Nuts and Bolts of Advertising. So this morning we're talking about creativity, its importance, and its role in driving effective return on marketing investment. This topic of return on marketing investment is something that we've really focused on this year and towards the end of last year. So this panel discussion this morning is coming on the heels of 11 weeks of videos that we've been sending out. Our industry is very important. We know from the recent Deloitte study that for every euro that is spent in advertising, it generates 5.7 euro for Ireland's economy. We also know from AAI's ACOM report that 75% of turnover for media companies comes from advertising. So really, we're wondering today about brand owners as well. What is the benefit for them? And certainly in relation to creativity, what is the impact that creativity has on return on marketing investment?
Hello, everybody. The theme that I've picked for my jibber jabber is kind of loosely inspired by that. How to stay awake when you've heard it all before. This is a common problem for all human beings, but especially for Silvio Berlusconi, apparently, who's probably because he's led such an overstimulated life. It's very hard for him. He set the bar very high for himself, and it's hard to excite him now. Here he is again, falling asleep. And it's not just Silvio Berlusconi. Sorry, this is very, very faded, but this is a whole bunch of political and spiritual leaders of the world falling asleep because they've heard it all before. And what has this got to do with creativity and return on investment? And I think the answer to that, I think, is that it's got everything to do with creativity and return on investment, because really this cuts to the heart of what creativity is all about. It's designed to keep people's eyes open and to keep the world seeming new and fresh. It's basically to do this, to surprise people. And when you're a child, everything is, the world is constantly new. Like when you're 3 months old, nothing in the world is older than 3 months, which is amazing. Can you imagine living in a world like that? You would constantly look like that little dude. And then as you get older and adulthood sets in, like some kind of arthritis of your curiosity gland, and suddenly it's Groundhog Day every day, and it's like everything is kind of boring and dull. And really, that's what creativity is all about. It's designed just to, I suppose, keep people awake to the wonder of the world. That's what creativity in a broader sense is for. That's what art is for. It's what fiction is for. It's what Fair City is for. It's what everything is for. Or to put it in bleaker terms, which Nietzsche is always capable of doing, we have art in order not to die of the truth. Because we have 15 minutes, we should quickly get into a commercial context. In a commercial context, creativity means less of this and more of this. So it's from I suppose, from a consumer's point of view, from the point of view of everybody in this room, from the point of view of advertisers and advertising agencies and me and you, creativity is all about selling stuff. It's all about flogging stuff. But we need to remember that from the point of view of the rest of the human race, ordinary people, creativity is entertainment. Advertising creativity is entertainment. That's what it's for. It exists to create moments of interest in a routine world. And really, that's the one point I want to make, and I'm going to drag it out for 15 minutes, is that if we just remember that creativity, what it's best at, is surprising people and delighting people. If you remember that, you're already well on the way to getting a better return on investment from creativity. So yeah, to maximize return on investment of creativity, make it do what it's best at. That's the gist. I think that nobody says it better. I think this is a quote from Bill Bernbach. I couldn't find who said it originally. Great advertising makes the new familiar and the familiar new. And I think that's such a brilliant summary of the power of advertising creativity. There's really very few Dyson briefs knocking around, so largely this is what we do. Great advertising makes the familiar new. So our job is normally to make the ordinary interesting again for people. And all of the most effective work, all of the most effective campaigns, all of the most proven effective campaigns from Cadbury's Gorilla, Dove Real Beauty, the Bord Gosh Big Switch here in Ireland, Snickers, all of that fantastic You're Not You When You're Hungry work, Old Spice, I'm on a Horse, that stuff, John Lewis, all of those brilliant Christmas ads, those ads designed to make people cry at Christmas, to compare the Meerkat. All of these campaigns are both the most effective in terms of just giving the best uplift in sales compared to the amount of money spent on production and media. They're also the most interesting. And they're all doing the same thing. They're all taking old things that you think you've seen presented in every possible way. You think there's no way of refreshing those dull products, and yet that's what these campaigns have done. They present old things in new ways, which is another good definition of what creativity is for.